Greetings, children. Welcome to your online classes. I'm Aishwarya. This video is for class 4th, subject General Science, Chapter 2, Reproduction in Animals, Part 1. Now, a bird lays some eggs in their nest. After some time, the chicks will come out of the egg, and when they grow up, the chicks will learn to fly and go away to make their own homes. Now, this process is nothing but reproduction. Reproduction is the process through which an animal produces their young ones. Now, all the animals do produce their young ones. You can see the example of the cat and kitten, a polar bear and its cub. You can see a kangaroo and the baby kangaroo. Baby kangaroo is called Joey. So, all the animals that are living on the earth reproduce, and the main purpose of their reproduction is to see the new generation living. Now, reproduction means, I'm repeating the definition. Reproduction is the process through which an animal produces their young ones. Now, different animals group reproduce differently. Mammals give birth to their young ones. All the other animal groups first lay some eggs in the nest. The baby develops inside the egg, which when the egg chick is ready, it comes out of the egg and joins its parents. It hatches out of the egg. Now, the two conditions of reproduction is called oviparous and viviparous. Oviparous means the animal that lay eggs. The animal that lay eggs are called oviparous animals. All birds, for examples, are oviparous animals. Viviparous are the animals that give birth to their babies are called viviparous. Now, here you can see the three birds, they all lay eggs. They sit on them. There is a process for that reproduction. There is different stages. But that way of laying an egg to reproduce is called oviparous. In viviparous, the animal that give birth to their young ones, like the dog and the puppy, the polar bear and the cub, and the tigress and the cub. Now here you can see they give birth to their babies. Okay. They don't lay eggs like the birds, but the birds lay eggs, so they are called oviparous. Animals which give birth to their young ones are called viviparous. 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 Oviparous. Oviparous. Now, first we are going to see what are the different layers in an egg. An egg is a vessel in which there is a baby of the bird. It remains there till the time it grows enough to live on its own, when it breaks the shell and comes out. Now, you must understand the different layers of an egg. Every egg has similar contents, almost similar contents. All the egg have an outer shell. Every egg has a outer shell. Outer shell, you can see here. This is the outer shell. They have labeled, right? The white color covering outside, that becomes the outer shell. It protects the baby inside the shell. There, inside the shell, there is a jelly-like substance called albumin. Here, as you can see, this white jelly-like structure is called albumin. Through it is covered. It is completely filled. It completely fills the egg around the yolk. So this part is called albumin. Albumin means a jelly-like substance which protects the baby inside the shell. Within the albumin, there is yellow colored portion called the yolk. Now here, Y-O-L-K, yolk. Albumin spelling A-L-B-U-M-E-N, albumin, Y-O-L-K, yolk. Yolk is present, and here, as you can see, the red spot. The red spot is the embryo. The yellow part, the yolk contains the developing baby. The baby at this stage is called embryo. This part is the embryo. This yellow color is the yolk and the whole white color is the albumin. The yolk is the food for the growing embryo. As this yellow color is the food, the baby chick will start feeding on this yolk and it will grow. Albumin protects the yolk from the embryo. It protects the embryo from everything. Most animals, including the fish, reptiles, insects, and birds, have a very simple eggs. Now, this is a common egg. Now, here you can see an air cell. As a embryo needs air, here there little air also will be present, which helps the embryo to grow well. So, these are the important layers of an egg that you need to remember. That is, it has an outer covering shell. The shell is nothing but the outer membrane and the inner membrane. The shell is made of outer membrane and inner membrane. Then inside the shell is present the albumin. Albumin is the jelly structure. And the yolk and the embryo. Yolk is the food for the embryo. These are the major important parts, layers of an egg. Now, generally, all creatures follow the same pattern of growth. Animals lay eggs. The embryo grows into a baby. When the baby is fully developed, it hatches and comes out of the egg. The young that comes out of the egg is very similar to an adult. Now we are going to begin with the life cycle of a hen, or it is the same life cycle for all the birds. Birds are oviparous animals. Oviparous means they lay eggs and the embryo develops inside the egg and they hatch out. They build nests to keep their eggs safe. First, they always build the eggs to keep their eggs safe. The embryo in the egg needs warmth to develop into a baby. The parent birds sit on the egg or keeps the egg in the warm place. This habit of sitting on an egg is called incubation. Here you can see the hen sitting on the eggs. This period is called incubation because the embryo inside needs the warmth of the mother. This period is called incubation. After a certain number of days, the baby chick breaks the egg and comes out of it. It is called hatching. This process here is called hatching. First is the incubation. The hen lays eggs and they incubate. They sit on that egg for a very long time. After that, the chick hatches out. The baby chick needs to grow strong and learn to fly. In hen, the hens don't fly very high, but the other birds do. The babies of the other birds need to learn to fly. Till the chick becomes independent, the parent bird feeds the chick and takes care of them. When the young birds learn to fly, they leave the nest and they fly away to make their own homes. Now, this is the simple process of the life cycle of a hen. First, the hen lays eggs. They sit on that, they incubate the egg, and the egg hatches out to become small chicks. Now, this chicks grows to become a hen and a rooster. Hen is female, rooster is male. Now, these two help the hen lays eggs again and the cycle continues. This is the main life cycle of a hen. Now, the important words that you need to learn is albumin, the egg white or the protein, the yolk, the yellow middle part of an egg, embryo, developing baby in the egg. Incubation is nothing but the habit of sitting on an egg. Hatching, the baby chick breaking the egg and comes out of it. Now you all must wonder the eggs that you get in the grocery stores. Do you think the baby chick will come out of these eggs? No, the answer is no. The eggs that are generally available in the market are not fertilized eggs. which means that they have no embryo in the egg. The egg only has yolk and albumin. As there is no embryo, no baby will be formed. Almost most of the eggs are refrigerated and as the eggs need warmth to grow, the eggs will not grow into a baby chick. Now you need to understand one simple process called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis means the young, after hatching, undergoes a series of changes and finally becomes an adult. Metamorphosis is not applicable for the hens or the birds. It is applicable for the life cycle of a butterfly, which you are going to learn in the next slide. Now, but this process is important and you need to learn the word metamorphosis, METAMORPHOSIS. Metamorphosis is the young after hatching undergoes a series of changes and finally becomes an adult. The example is the caterpillar becomes the butterfly, which you're going to learn in the next which you're going to learn in the next slide. Now you're going to see the life cycle of a butterfly. A butterfly lays its eggs on a leaf. Inside each egg, a caterpillar is growing. Just like how inside the hen's egg there is an embryo growing, here also inside the egg, always these butterflies lay egg under the on the lower surface of the leaf so that it is safe. Nobody should see and nobody should eat it. Other insects should not eat it, so they lay on the lower surface of the leaf. So inside each egg, a caterpillar is growing. Now the young one that hatches out of the butterfly egg does not look like a butterfly. Here you can see the caterpillar does not look like the butterfly at all. It looks entirely different than the butterfly. Here in butterfly it has wings, the caterpillar do not have wings. Now the stages that it undergoes is nothing but the metamorphosis. The stages from caterpillar to the pupa and the emerging butterfly to the butterfly. This stage is called metamorphosis. Now the egg hatches and comes out into tiny larva. Here the caterpillar is called the larva. The caterpillar spends all its time eating. As it eats, it becomes big and sluggish. You can see that caterpillars can become very big. They hatch out under the leaf and they start eating the leaf itself, leaf of the same plant. After a few days, when the caterpillar cannot eat any longer, it looks for a place to rest. Now, why it looks for the place to rest is it has to make a cocoon. Now, when the caterpillar finds a safe place, it starts spinning a web around itself, forming a pad called a cocoon. Here, in this third picture, you can see it is written as pupa. Pupa is nothing but when the caterpillar is inside the cocoon. Now, this outer covering is nothing but the cocoon, COCOON. The cocoon is made up of silk-like thread. The thread comes out of a hole below the caterpillar's mouth. This is all coming out of the mouth. The caterpillar eats well, then it comes out of the mouth and it forms a cocoon. The larva curls up inside its cocoon and goes to sleep. When the larva is inside the cocoon and is sleeping, it is called pupa. When the caterpillar is inside the cocoon, it is called pupa. The pupa stays inside the cocoon for some weeks or months. During this time, the pupa sheds its skin many times and becomes a butterfly. There is a lot of changes which happens inside the inside the cocoon. This changes occurring in the form or structure or function of an organism in the process of its growth or development is called metamorphosis. When the butterfly is ready, the cocoon splits open. As you can see here, the emerging butterfly, it splits open the cocoon and flies out as a new butterfly. That was the life cycle of the butterfly. Now, important words in that was caterpillar, the larva of a butterfly, cocoon, the web around the caterpillar, and the pupa, the caterpillar sleeping inside the cocoon. Now, in the next part of the same lesson, you will be learning about the life cycle of a cockroach, the life cycle of a frog, and reproduction in fish, reptiles, and mammals. These remaining you will be learning in the next video. Thank you, children. Stay at home, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourself. Thank you.